Avian influenza is a highly contagious viral disease that affects both poultry and wild birds. In particular, wild aquatic birds, especially dabbling ducks, are considered a reservoir for the virus. In the past decades, there have been continuous outbreaks of highly pathogenic avian influenza, or HPAI, in both poultry and wild bird flocks. To assess the probability of HPAI outbreaks in Europe, a prototype spatiotemporal risk assessment tool was developed. This tool is based on both patterns of migration and abundance, on the migratory routes of 12 bird species, and on recent HPAI outbreaks in Europe. This video will explain how this tool works. The abundance and distribution of the 12 wild bird species is derived from the Eurobird portal. Information on the migratory routes and long-distance movements is derived from the EURING databank. With this data, a statistical model was developed that can estimate the probability of having at least one wild bird infected with HPAI by an incoming migratory bird in a certain area. This probability is reported weekly. In this model, the following risk factors are included: wild bird order and species, number of migratory birds, migration patterns, and a notification of an avian influenza outbreak at origin. Every week, a report showing the model output is produced. This report consists of a 50 by 50 kilometer grid cell map of the country. Each grid cell is colored to the probability that at least one infected wild bird enters in it. In the report, summary statistics are provided, namely the minimum, maximum and median probability of an outbreak of avian influenza in the country. Also, the number of H5 and H7 avian influenza outbreaks that happened in the country in the last week are provided. These data are retrieved from HPAI. The model is available as a prototype for an online tool where the probability of an AI introduction in Europe as well as in separate countries is reported. In the tool, the user can see the raw probability of an introduction. The user can also alter the thresholds, namely the sensitivity, which is the probability that a positive outcome is true, and the specificity, which is the probability that a negative outcome is true. The model sensitivity and specificity are assessed by comparing the value of the probability of an HPAI outbreak in each grid cell with actual reported HPAI outbreaks. As said, we are showing you a prototype here. In the future, we would like to add more species to the model and include movements from outside Europe. We will also refine the estimate of wild bird abundance and movement data, will include HPAI data on poultry, and will include the risk of transmission from wild birds to poultry.